to another episode of Dishing It. I'm your host, Nadej Florimon, and today, guess who we're dishing it with? Mr. Ray Holliday himself. So, Mr. Holliday, Ray, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me today.
So happy you're here. The first time we met, I was managing a lounge, Keenum Lounge.
Yep, in Brooklyn.
And you were throwing a party, so I kind of knew you as party promoter. But you're more than that. When I go down your Instagram, I'm very inspired. So
I appreciate that.
Tell us first, let's talk about parties. How did you get into the whole
I think it's everyone's dream to party and get paid to do it. So because I do have a blog, which we started 8 years ago, we were pretty popular on the scene as far as kind of being at all the it places. We ran through some tough times financially, so I remember really trying to find an avenue where I could actually make money and do what I love at the same time. And I was hired to host a party, and then from that I started networking with a lot of other promoters, and it kind of spawned from there.
And I always tell people, you can really make a living doing the things you love, and you're living proof of that.
Oh yeah, you absolutely can. There's no need to work for anybody else. There's plenty of opportunities for you to work for yourself.
So talking about working for yourself, your vision board events. I see you do a lot of empowerment events. Can you tell us how did that start and how long you've been doing those?
I took a play off my name, Ray, and I started the inspiration workshops about 2.5 years ago. I always, when we first started out in this industry, we reached out to a lot of people for help. A lot of people who we looked up to and who we thought were great. And to no avail. Some of them reached back, but the majority of them were kind of we were the new kids on the block, and they were just no, we're good. I promised myself at that point that when we got to a place where we had done a few things, that I would always give back in a manner that kind of helped people who were right where we were at that point. I was real nervous to do it at first because I felt like I didn't do enough, but after a few conversations with people who I really love and respect in this industry, like June Ambrose and Bevy Smith, they were like, listen, just go ahead and do it.
Nice.
You're totally qualified to do it. So I did the first workshop. It sold out in 2 days. And I said to myself, you probably have something going here.
Yes.
So it branched out into all of these things, and the vision board workshop is one of the most popular ones because vision is really, really important, and it's really about grasping your vision once you get it and making it come to life. A lot of times people just want to wake up and have this vision of $1 million, and a lot of people like to it's almost like this thing where you wake up and you say, okay, I'm going to win a lotto, but nobody's really trying to play it. or you're waiting for that check where you get extra zeros on it so you could just
it doesn't just happen.
It doesn't just happen. You really have to put the work in and visualize it and work towards it.
So if you had to describe yourself, if you say, so Ray, what do you do? What do you consider yourself? What is your title, if you have one?
That's always tricky because I think me, like most people, my parents raised me to have one good job and do it for 25 years and then retire and didn't do everything that you wanted. I was the opposite. I was just no, I don't want one job. I want 8. And I want to just kind of figure this thing out. So me, I'm more so about seeing what works for me. Now, it started out as a blogger, so for a long time I was just a blogger. Then it branched out into hosting. So now I look at that as being a media personality because at any given time I can be talking on any media outlet at any time. My plan was to transition to television, which is happening now. So it's do I still call myself a media personality when I'm more of a television personality now? So it's kind of. And then as far as the workshops, I'm a facilitator, and now I'm an author. And so, the list kind of just goes on. I'm going to just say, Ray, what do you do for a living? I'm Ray Holliday.
You're living. You're living.
Right,
That's what it's about.
Right,
and I tell people you don't have to be stuck to one thing. So let's talk about some of these TV things. I see BET Honors. You have a lot going on. So what's up with the BET Honors?
This year was probably one of the highlights of my entire career. BET normally, for the BET Honors, they do it every year. And normally they honor people who've been in the game 10, 20 years. This was the first year that they honored the up and coming. And I got honored in the field of entertainment. So according to BET, I'm what's next, which was great for somebody who's been grinding for so long. So when I first got the email, I was just is this a real email? I had to send it around to a few.
China?
Right. I had to send it to a few people what does it say? But I was really, really honored. They flew me out to the honors,
Nice.
after party, everything. It was just one amazing thing.
And it's funny you say that, like, you've been grinding for so long.
Right.
Like we said, a lot of people, they see you at the end of that journey,
And
but they don't really know, like, that road you travel.
Right. There's a lot of work that's involved in anything that you want to do. And I think that a lot of times, like you said, people see the end result, and what may look like an overnight success is normally like 1,000 nights. So it's really about putting the work in. A lot of times people get caught up into, this needs to happen by the time I'm 21. I need to be married by the time I'm 30. I need to have some kids in the house by the time I'm 40. It doesn't happen like that. It's really about you putting the work in. When you put the work in, it'll be granted whenever it does.
Okay. So do you cook, Ray? You know, we always got to get to cooking on this show.
So about me and cooking, because my schedule
so what happened
can be
was
so extensive, I don't get a chance to cook as much as I'd like.
Okay.
So I could do some things
okay.
like
What do you like?
and,
Toast.
cheese and crackers and
Okay.
peanut butter and jelly. I get busy.
Okay.
On some toasted bread. yeah.
So have you had Haitian food?
I have actually.
Really? You have a lot of Haitian friends, I know.
I do. Yeah. And I don't discriminate when
you
it
don't
comes
discriminate
to
any
type of
food.
As long
Okay.
as it's good.
So today we're making a bulgur wheat, which is called blé in Haitian Creole, and it's mainly a Haitian dish, but I'm adding a little turkey kilbasa to it because I'm a person who likes to make those one pot meals that I can eat everything. So I like my meat in everything.
Okay.
So it's, you know, your carbs and your protein all in one. But really the recipe is very traditional in terms of the spices we're going to use.
Okay.
This right here is what we call Haitian épices.
Ah.
And basically, I don't know if you know sofrito.
Yeah.
So that's basically kind of like all our spices mixed together, your scallions, garlic, and basically we season everything with it. So today I usually make my own.
Like heaven.
Today I usually make my own, but today we're using this wonderful brand from Ida Joseph, and they are great. So our pot is already getting hot. Yes, you can buy it, and it's great. I love it.
I don't feel like
usually I make
mixing.
exactly. Usually I make my own, but like I said, this one's good. So our pot is hot. A little bit of oil. I use canola, which is really nice. Then we're going to add our épices. Okay? Nice heaping of that, because that's all your flavor sauce, you know? Like I said, your scallions, garlic, they're all in there.
Okay.
And like you said, it smells heavenly. So when this starts frying, it is awesome. This is a really nice dish. Like I said, it's fresh. We're going to saute some red peppers. Better remember this, Ray. I want to see this on your blog.
No, I'm with it.
And you need to repeat this.
I am.
Pass me the onions and add a little bit in there for me. Like about half of that. You just pour it. Half. Onions are good because they're going to simmer down. That's good. Perfect. Look at that. So that's our onions, peppers in there, sauteing. So you really only know how to make toast, right?
No, I mean, I've learned a few things. I make a great honey jerk salmon.
Okay.
So,
what's your favorite type of cuisine? If you had to guess.
Really do. My parents are from the South.
Okay.
So after eating so much fried chicken and collard greens all my life, now I branch it out. I really love bone marrow. It's one of the most amazing things that I've ever tasted in my life.
Where'd you get that?
We were, there's a restaurant called Quality Meats that's in Midtown. And I had it before at the Delancey. And it was good, but I felt like something was missing. But when I had it for the second time, they made it with this oxtail marmalade that was just like...
Really?
Yeah. So that's my choice.
We're going to add our kielbasa. That sounds tasty. I need to try it.
It's really good. I mean, you'd absolutely love it.
So we'll add our kielbasa. You know what? I'll add it all. Like I said, we're not making any side, any entree with this. So this will be our meal. This is it.
Okay.
So you let that saute for about 2 minutes.
Okay.
Then we're going to add these nice fresh, well, not so much fresh. We're using frozen today if you want. But you could use fresh vegetables. But I like frozen. I don't like canned because it's virtually dead by the time it's in the can.
I get it.
So this will be really nice and fresh. And I add a lot of vegetables. Okay. Because I try to minimize my carbs as much as possible, whenever possible. So bulgur, even though it's a better grain than, let's just say, rice, it's still a carb, and some of us don't process that so well.
No, I get it. I totally
Okay,
get
so
it.
It's almost ready to go. So we're going to add our seasoning. Grab me some parsley. Add that in.
All of it?
No, about like a third. I just like to fill it up. Nice and fresh. That's good.
That's good.
And then we have our thyme. You can add that. You could just the little leaves. You could pick that up and just add the leaves. Yeah. Throw that in there. I pull them off from the leaves.
Oh, okay.
Just so you know, you don't have to worry about the branch and everything.
Now, normally, are you pulling these off the leaves one at a time?
No, you don't have to do that. There's a nice little trick that you can use where you just basically, but do it against.
It's a lot of work.
It's not that hard. It really isn't.
Okay.
So we're gonna add a little bit of garlic powder. Everyone who watches this show knows I love me my garlic powder, my onion powder. This is all our flavor right here. And then some salt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now you didn't go all heavy on the salt as you did. Okay.
It's a little because remember, some people make this with like adding salt. There's no salt in this, so these are only salt.
I get it.
So the garlic powder, onion powder, you don't really. It doesn't have any salt, and some crushed red pepper.
Okay.
Just for a little heat. Do you mind heat? You don't mind, right?
Nope, not at all. Not at all.
Didn't say jerk, so.
I love jerk though.
You do? And that's it. That's all our seasoning. Then grab the water. And then you're going to add that in.
All of it?
No, not all. I'll tell you when to stop. A little bit more. Right there. And then you let that come to a boil. And when it does, you taste. That's the Haitian way. That's how we taste everything.
I get it.
You can't come in this shirt and not do that. Let me grab a spoon so you could taste the flavor. Try to taste. Make sure your liquid has enough flavor. It's already good, right? You could drink that up like soup. So we're going to let that boil a little. And you see it's coming. Once that comes to a boil.
Then we're done.
And we're going, no, we're not done. We have to add our bulgur.
Oh.
That's our
Clearly.
meal. Then you just add that in. Okay, so bulgur, some people, the ratio of water to rice, I mean, not water to rice, bulgur to water, some people will do a 2-to-1. I find that makes the bulgur a little bit too mushy. I'm not it. I like my bulgur a little bit not so mushy. So basically, you really don't need that much water at all. So you see this?
Yeah.
So I basically go for like a 1.5 to 1 ratio of bulgur to water.
Okay.
You just basically want it to touch the water.
So 2/3 is too mushy for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, a 1 to 2 ratio is too mushy. Oh, and then we add a little bit of coconut milk. And then we let that, you see? So the bulgur, it doesn't look like it's a lot of liquid, but trust me, it's enough to cook it.
Got it.
And we let that simmer down. And then when we come back.
Okay. Do that.
So Ray, we're back.
Okay.
Our table's all cleared. I think our bulgur is ready. Let's check it out. See that?
That looks great.
Nice and colorful. That's why I like the vegetables in there.
I get it.
Again, it's hearty, it's healthy. You know, you can put whatever protein you want in there. You ready to eat?
And it lasts a couple of days. I see.
You ready to eat?
Yes.
So, again, if you don't feel like making a separate chicken and a rice, get some Kilbasa in there. Doesn't that look beautiful?
That looks amazing.
Let's add a little bit of green. I always like a little garnish. Perfect.
So we eat now or later?
We eat. We need to taste this. Don't lie now. Tell me if it's really good. I mean, if you don't like it, I will never invite you back. But
well, this is great.
Isn't it delicious? And you still have that crunch of the bulgur. Because I don't like it too mushy. Some people like it very mushy. I still want the grains to separate a little bit. And the heat of the crushed peppers, it's all in there. Fresh, summery, good for you.
I'm taking that home too, like all of it.
That's delicious,
All right.
right?
Just so we know.
Crunchy, colorful,
is.
beautiful summer salad. Salad, if you want to call it a bulgur wheat salad or bulgur wheat side dish, you're good to go. So, Ray,
Yes.
talk to us. What's coming up? I know you're always on the move.
I know. I literally just shot a documentary. I'm a part of a documentary called Made in NYC. Very excited about that.
Okay.
Rollout coming soon.
Okay.
And my first inspiration brunch and inspiration weekend is coming up. And I have some amazing guest speakers, and it's going to be like, I'm really excited about it.
So where can we keep up with you?
The great news is that I'm at Ray Holliday everywhere, on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter, on Snapchat, LinkedIn, everywhere.
And then
Ray
that's Holiday with two
Two
L's.
L's, and that's RAE. So,
You're just unique all around.
this is what I'm saying. This is good.
So thank you for dishing it with us.
Thank you for having me.
Let's get back to this bulgur.
No, let me get back to this.